Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, September 4th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I read something over the weekend that said Sweden and the rest of the Nordic countries were all occupying spots in the top 10 on the World Happiness Scale again this year. And if I worked every day surrounded by chocolate, beautiful people and got arm pumps crazy enough to scare small children like Nicolas Vullioud, I think I'd be pretty damn happy as well. Now that year one of their Olympia experience is officially behind them, Team Vullioud doesn't seem like they're wasting any time putting the wheels in motion for their off-season program. The strides this kid has managed to make in his second year on the circuit were probably better than most of us anticipated. But now that he's up there with the elite guys in the division, it'll be interesting to see how he responds to the high expectations next season. Earlier this week, US, Mexico, and Canada finally reached a new trade agreement that seemed to pacify everyone for the moment. So now that traffic is flowing between the borders again, maybe somebody should give Charles Dixon the heads up to let him know that it might be a good time for the tank to lower his weapons. On Monday, someone inside Team Dixon released a few never-before-seen videos from one of his latest leg day sessions where we see the longtime vet blasting the old wheels to hell again. The fact that this guy is still able to get out there and train like this and keep getting better at this point in his career is completely amazing to me. And when you look at how some of the things are shaping up in the division, he's someone who could be a serious contender for a top 3 Arnold spot next March if all the cannons are firing. But speaking of things that are on fire, did anyone else catch those new videos Regan Grimes posted earlier this week? The second-year classic physique standout must be in full muffin pump mode right now because all the footage we've seen shows Grimes looking crazy full and pumped. And at this point, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that year one of the Regan Grimes classic physique experiment was a resounding success. But based on the way that this kid responds to training, I still believe that he has way more in the tank than he even knows. And in another 2 or 3 years, I think that he's on the short list of athletes who are poised to be multi-time Olympia contenders as long as they stay consistent. Even though they lost last weekend, after watching what Baker Mayfield did in his first road start, if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you probably woke up every day this week feeling new money. But for some reason, in my head, that's doubly true for classic physique standout Cleveland Thomas. Yesterday, Thomas and his crew dropped another crazy video to show all the conditioning that he's sporting right now, which makes me think that he'll probably be throwing his hat into an event at some point here over the next few weeks. Even though he'll never be the biggest guy on stage, Cleveland Thomas is never a guy who falls short in the conditioning department. So as long as he picks his spots right, I can see him pushing for a top 5 finish in the right lineup. A few weeks ago, I interviewed Shawn Ray for RxMuscle's Live With TV show, where he floated the possibility of Kai Greene competing at the 2019 Mr. Olympia. And you can call me crazy if you want to, but ever since that, it feels like Kai's been a little more active on social media when it comes to posting his progress and training updates. I don't know how closely Kai follows the day-to-day bodybuilding scene anymore, but with all the business and extracurricular stuff he's got going on, I can't imagine he has much time. But I do know that something like this coming out of Shawn Ray's mouth has a way of making it upstream. So even if he isn't considering it right now because he's really just trolling everyone with these posts, at the very least, it's on his radar now. And I personally think it would be awesome for the sport to see him try to challenge Shawn Rhoden in a one-time, for-all-the-money Olympia showdown that would definitely get the whole bodybuilding world above. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.